Hey, Gamer Dan, what's happening, my man?
Hey, how's things? Yeah, doing good, doing good. It's been a strange week, but I'm excited about the new Nintendo Partner Showcase, which is just
Yeah.
jumping right in there. Yeah, that's what we're going to be doing this week. How about you, my friend?
Oh my goodness, yeah, you know what? I deliberately didn't watch it, but I've been like you can't avoid people's comments showing up in your feed, and I've been catching wind of what it was like, but I thankfully never take people's word for anything. I don't care if they say it's good, I don't care if they say it's bad. I want to see it myself. So yeah, so here I am today. Sadly, I just jumped out. Just use this nose thing to and you breathe it. It wakes you up in the morning. Refresh. Yeah, exactly. I'm already no Super 10 t-shirt, people, sorry. But and my hair looks a mess, but I just came yeah, I know, I just came as I am, just as I am, just to check it out. So I'm ready.
Yeah, I say, come as you are. I want to jump straight into the Nintendo Partner Showcase because it's a bit long. We want to get through everything, but I do want to touch quickly on that we've got a little bit of news coming out of the different companies, and this Sony PlayStation, who for a long time have been fighting for to keep the idea of the exclusivity, keep their games to themselves, and then when they started bringing their games to Steam, they saw massive sales, like putting their PlayStation exclusive games on the Steam for PC gamers. That went crazy. Then, of course, when the Xbox announced that their next console is going to be more like a PC with Steam, it's just going to be a PC user-friendly PC setup, which would allow the PlayStation games on Steam to be played on the new Xbox. They've kind of back traveled, they've kind of pivoted, and they're going to start openly organizing games for multi-platform. Which, wow,
Yeah.
I mean,
Wow. I
it's never going
mean,
to happen for Nintendo because if you want to play a Nintendo game, you have to play it on a Nintendo console. They are litigious about that, but kudos to them. Sony, good move, good move. It's going to make. I've heard people argue that it's going to change the console wars. I personally think the console wars are dead. That
yeah,
this we just have,
definitely.
we're currently going through a console cold war. It's proxy wars
Mm,
because, as I've argued before, because a game is multi-plat, that you're playing the same game. The console wars was largely due to the fact that you couldn't get the same game, even though companies were releasing like a title. There were drastically different versions on each
on
platform. Yeah,
yeah.
like famously, Disney's Aladdin.
Oh yeah, that's a
Yeah,
perfect
the Disney
example.
games came out on both consoles, the SNES and the Mega Drive, or the Genesis, depending on which country you were in.
Mm.
And I loved the SNES Aladdin game. Played that many times. Very good. I thought it balanced kind of early platforming, parkouring, did really well. But it was the Genesis version that became the default. That became the version, which is why if you buy the Disney bundle on the Switch, they use the Genesis version, which blows my mind. I'm like,
Oh,
what?
yeah, there you go. So when that happened, you think console, yeah, what are you talking about? Indeed, and goodness me. I mean, jumping back to contemporary times, well, of course, the Switch is a contemporary console. In fact, it's still selling as it goes.
True.
Maybe they're still trying to get that PlayStation 2 title. But I don't know. But here we go. I mean, you got yourself Nintendo realizing when Iwata, then the guy who was the head of American Nintendo,
Yeah,
Nintendo America, yeah,
Reggie featured
he
me.
and yeah, he was all against at first Nintendo being on the on iPhones, I believe, and then eventually he said, let's just go for it. Let's do Pokemon Go, Mario Run, and Mario Kart, Tour, and what have you. Yeah, let's get them rolling out. And yeah, they did it. It was a kind of exclusivity through their partnership with Apple, and it was just a business decision ultimately. So this Sony Microsoft teaming up against Nintendo deal, it looks like it's just a way to gang up on Nintendo. It's all it seems. I don't know. Maybe by the time I see the presents, I'll change my opinion. I don't know, but we'll see. I mean, because Nintendo, they got their. It's not just a monopoly. They've got like a place in people's hearts. You know what I'm saying? the
Yeah.
IPs, for goodness sake. Sony, Final Fantasy, bloody hell, that was and Crash Bandicoot when the PlayStation first came out. Those are the titles gave that gave that stoked PlayStation and Tomb Raider, of course. And then of course making the Xbox and Halo and Mario saying sorry, not Mario. I just said it's Mario, but I meant Nintendo, but it's synonymous. Nintendo got the old IPs from the beginning, like Disney, Mickey Mouse, and what have you, despite Steamboat Willie's whole running the news cycle, with expiring copyrights. But what we got here is what's it going to take to survive in this new market? Nintendo, they're holding on to their life, saying, I don't care how unpopular it is, we need to get every penny we can out of people right now because, maybe we'll find out later. But what in a time when it would certainly be a good business decision to take one for the team, and Nintendo managers have done this in the past, like Iwata, like you said, taking a pay cut when the 3DS the 3DS sales were not picking up, or three.
Yeah, when the 3DS first came out, the sales were terrible. But then that was largely the same reason that the Wii U didn't sell, is that there was just nothing to play. There was nothing on it. They released a piece of tech, and then everyone was like, "Wow, the tech is amazing." I bought it on launch, and I was like, "Yeah, this is great." The two games I have on it, and then just sat on my shelf until I had something to actually do with it.
And that's it. So when that happened, you have the managers saying, "All right, listen, people, my bad. We'll even lower the price and what have you." But Nintendo are saying, "No, we got to squeeze every penny at the moment." And so this is why I think this whole thing feels like the Wii U done properly. The Wii U launch done properly. It's a sequel to the Switch, which is the Wii U is a sequel to the Wii, and they're saying we know it's got bugger all to put the play on it, so we're gonna just re everything, redo, and you're gonna take it and like it, and you're gonna pay us a bunch of money, and
Yeah.
you're still gonna revere us. Now it's funny because you have, me and I, but people before we start, Gamer Dan and I, we check out other channels and what have you, and there are people who hate Nintendo for how they're running the Switch 2. I don't know if they hate Nintendo altogether, but but I look on both extremes. I'm a Nintendo fanboy, if you will, in a manner of speaking. I'm a fan of Nintendo, but and then you get people like the people that Game and Dan and I have seen who are angry against Nintendo fanboys. How can you defend this company when they're trying to take all the money? I'm like, it's nothing to do with the money. I respect Nintendo. Nintendo's they're gonna have to suffer the consequences if what they're doing indeed costs them. This is business, right? But in the meantime, I'm not going to lose love for Nintendo. The whole story of Nintendo is like Studio Ghibli for me. It's like it's just a big thing. But when
Yeah.
you mess around with people's money that they don't have, after a while they're gonna leave if they can't afford it. So I honestly, I'll say if Nintendo pee off the audience, they'll get what they deserve.
True,
But
true,
it's
true,
not
true,
enough.
true.
Yeah. So and I won't tell people don't hate Nintendo. I'll say no. If you really hate Nintendo, that's fine. I still love Nintendo. Now, I don't tell people what they kind of can't feel. I'm just saying that I just want to see where this goes, and I respect Nintendo. I'm in Japan, people. I came here for Nintendo.
I I have a bittersweet feeling because I remember the old Nintendo, the player first, the family friendly, the company took chances on making great ways of playing. They produced some of the best games ever made. They have such a library, a backlog, a vault of amazing titles that I grew up on. And it's like we've talked before on this channel about its relationship to Disney. Like Nintendo is pivoting itself as a Disney analog. They are the place you go to for certain kind of games, and they have a direct line to your childhood. But they always felt like they treated their customers well. You come to them and you get their games, and sometimes there's a hit and sometimes there's a miss, but you're always treated pretty well. But now they're making more cynically corporate decisions. They're making their games are aimed at far more mainstream, and we don't. It's not nice to see what's happening in the mainstream or gaming industry. But Nintendo felt like a safe haven, but that safe haven is now a blocked off, walled off garden. And if you want access, you got to pay, which sucks. But they have been funneling their money to other projects. But ultimately, the console, Nintendo have removed themselves on the console wars because they're like, we're just gonna do our own thing. But now it feels like they're making big corporate console war decisions, but they're not they're playing the game well. Whereas, you know, as you said before, people played Xbox, people played PlayStation largely for different experiences. If you want the big single players, you want the big blockbuster games, you go to PlayStation. If you want to play multiplayer, you want to play social experiences, go to Xbox, because that's there is years and years of experience building those up. PlayStation library of exclusives is staggeringly impressive. It is stacked with some absolute bangers, and having them come on other platforms is going to be a massive win. Everybody wins in that regard. Xbox, however, I think might start to pull out ahead because they have the infrastructure, they have the hardware for in seamless gaming environment, because they have been working alongside Microsoft and having Xbox controllers be compatible using Xbox infrastructure on the back end of all the technological advancements, means that they can slowly pull ahead. Because if the people aren't going to PlayStation for exclusives like Nintendo does, you want to play a Nintendo game, you have to go to a Nintendo console. But if PlayStation opens up to other people, what do they offer better than Xbox? And it's going to be, what console is going to offer you the best player experience? That includes, you know, deals, the showcases. Xbox has Game Pass, which is really, really good money, though they have kind of cannibalized a lot of their own business in order to keep it. But PlayStation's had PlayStation Plus for a long time, and I've been a PlayStation Plus member for a lot of my life, so I have a huge backlog of games that I can call upon, and I can go back and go, oh yeah, I'm playing this and I'm playing this. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how these companies, if Sony goes whole hog and starts putting their stuff on everyone's consoles, and Xbox is already putting their big titles on PlayStation, then how are these companies going to try and court the next generation? What are they going to be promoting to get the audience? You know, why go to their console if not for the game? It's interesting because I don't know. I have no predictions, no assumptions. I'm interested to see what they're going to do. This is all long-term pipeline stuff, because obviously they've just started. But if they start bigging their big games on other consoles, it's a big win. Everyone wins. If everyone can play everything, you just choose the experience that's tailored to how you want to play, and then you play the game. Great. You get to play it however you want to play it.
Right.
That said, Nintendo Direct. Yes, new Nintendo Direct. Let's put this on. Let's get to it. I'm excited to hear about some of these new games. This isn't a Nintendo first party. This is a partner showcase. So all the games we're getting now are third party games, which is nice. It's nice that Nintendo does periodically do these third party showcases. Like, yo, these are games that are coming to our console. Most of them will come to other consoles as well, but they'll be shown off on the Nintendo experience. And I think we've had a few surprising W's and L's over the years by who got to show off these games. I mean, what's it called? Hollow Knight and Silksong were announced through Xbox, which, big win for them. You know, getting the attention, like just getting eyeballs on and getting people hyped, even if it's not your own game, getting it on your video. That's good. That's not bad. So let's see what they're doing. Right, I'm going to bring this up. Just going straight into it. Bada big, bada boom. Right, can you see the screen?
Yeah, by the way, guys, yeah, I've got some other information in part two. Let's jump in.
Right.
There we are.
It is really damn impressive to see how far 3D graphics and 3D development has come. I mean, it's just staggering.
And of course, it's gonna feel a bit more like the real, like you're blending into the Matrix.
Yeah. I imagine one day when we start getting holographic technology, it's going to look real hokey like early polygraphs. But then after a while, it's going to look great.
Yeah. So that's all we can do. This company was supposed to be the 8-bit Mario. You know what I'm saying? The 8-bit Mario.
Oh! Yeah, I think I know what this is. Capcom Eggs.
Oh, yeah.
Monster Hunter Riders.
Just like the game called Skyward Sword. You mean just
Yeah, yeah. Mistake. That does fit. There was a little nice touch. It's very Skyward Swordy.
Ignorance is proving fatal. The encroachment threatens to drive our people out of house and home. But this divide has brought our two kingdoms to the brink of war.
And you are the sole Rathalos rider in Azuria.
My people have been
I love
turned into a
to say the cell shading is brilliant. It looks like a bloody drawing.
Yeah, I say, cell shading's got it's just perfect now. It honestly just looks like you're playing an anime. You can just make it look so good.
corner, and the point of no return is looming before us.
Can't afford not to go. But it won't be for long.
Stories.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Yeah, so people, I just want to drop more
I
things.
can hear them.
Oh my god, I was gonna say, me and the missus, maybe next week. I was thinking to run to the cinema and watch that new Jurassic Park movie. And it's coming out on the 8th.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing it. There's a couple of movies recently that I really want to see. I want to see the new Superman. I want to see the new Fantastic Four. I mean, these are films I'm genuinely excited to go and see. It's nice to be excited about superheroes again. But Jurassic Park, new Jurassic Park, good Jurassic Park, and it leans really into lore that of Jurassic Park, because it's not just dinosaurs. It's like the monsters that they created while figuring out the science of making the dinosaurs. But no.
Oh wait,
Let's go through the video first, and then
Overlapping each other.
Hello, everyone. Welcome.
so yeah, that's nice. Capcom's Monster Hunter spin-off game. I played the second one. I really enjoyed it, but it was very, very grindy. You know, you kind of had to do dungeons over and over and over again. They were quite small and bite-sized. It was perfectly designed for a portable experience. You picked it up, you played for a little bit, you put it back down. Sitting down and putting in like a few hours of it was very, very grindy.
Thanks, mate. Heads up.
But this one looks good. You know, it looks like they've taken elements from what's it called, Fire Emblem. And they've got two kingdoms at war alongside a natural disaster. So you've got kind of multiple fronts of things to be doing. And you already start off as a guy with your own dragon. So boom, just go straight into it. You got transportation and could be exciting.
Could be.
Today's Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase. In this presentation, we'll be focusing on games from our publishing and development partners. What you just saw was Monster Hunter Stories 3 Twisted Reflection, launching on Nintendo Switch 2 next year. We hope you're looking forward to another grand adventure in the Monster Hunter universe. Today, we'll present games coming to the Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch systems. Before a game is shown, you'll see the logo of the system the game will launch on here. If both logos are shown, the game will launch on both platforms.
Yeah, some Nintendo Switch games may not be supported on or fully compatible with Nintendo Switch 2. That's interesting.
Yeah, bloody hell. It's just to say, it was these are disclaimers that they hope we can throw back at you. People start complaining. We warned you, didn't we?
Yeah.
All right. So fuck off.
Okay, first up, let's take a look at some upcoming Nintendo Switch games. Let the good times roll.
Katamari.
By royal decree, a brand new game in the Katamari Damacy series is rolling onto Nintendo Switch. Roll your Katamari through historic eras like Edo Japan and more. It's a time-hopping trip through the ages to restore the universe for the king of all cosmos. Use helpful items to roll your Katamari like royalty and customize the prince and cousins looks to your liking. In addition, roll out with friends in online multiplayer. Make a big Katamari and earn the most points to be crowned the winner. Plus, the iconic music is back with an all-new soundtrack featuring new and returning music artists from the series' history. Get ready to rock and roll through the ages when Once Upon a Katamari launches on Nintendo Switch October 24th.
Do you ever play those games?
Yeah, I've seen. It's been curious to me because, as you know, guys, I teach and I've looked into a variety of games, and I like games that appeal to adults and kids just because it looks like a fun puzzle. I got back into the Rubik's Cube recently, and I mean, in fact, let me see. Just before this meeting started, I was playing, what do I call it? Playing a lot of this. Anyways, it's loading slowly. Anyway, playing a lot of Tetris, so I was trying to show you. And yeah, there's nothing like a good old puzzle game that kind of be an easy pick up and play. And what's interesting about this is that it's a bit like, it reminds me of what you said about Donkey Kong Bonanza. It's not even just like solving, and it's not even just like in Donkey Kong say smashing, but it's creative. You get to build things up in it. So it's catching my eye. Have you played it? Any of the?
I played the second one of the game of the series, and I knew of the first one, but I just didn't get it. Like, what's the deal? You're the prince of the king of the universe, and you've got to roll a ball and roll stuff up. Didn't understand it, but playing the second one, it was just like a pleasant experience. It was, as you say, it was good for adults, it was good for kids. There's a competitive element, like getting the bigger, highest score, finding the right lines. You enter an arena, you can only gather up things at an equivalent size, so like an appropriate size for your ball. But as your ball gets bigger, you get more and more things, so you get more access to more and more items. So you can do time trials and challenges. But honestly, it's just a really fun, cute game, you know. The visuals are bright and cheerful. I'm glad that the returning soundtrack's coming. That's great, because some of the songs are absolute bangers. But it is just like this really fun pick up and play experience. You pick it up, you're rolling around, and you get oh, I got this. Oh, the cat's in there as well. It's, I'm glad that they're coming back, because these are an easy win. This is like from the 3-point line, solid. This is a win. Anyone who picks this up will enjoy it. Whether you become a devoted fan, I don't think there are many like, oh my, I'm Katamari so fan. No, but Katamari games are just easy wins.
Yeah, and not to mention the physics are of course very familiar. Whether it's Sonic or I see just roll up, even on Mario Galaxy, rolling the ball. We all see rolling the ball like monkey
Super Monkey Ball.
Yeah, the physics are. It's funny. This game is effectively taking the physics of a mini game of many games in.
Oh yeah, it's writ large. It's a mini game writ large, but just done with such earnestness. It's kind of nice to see a game with a truly bonkers premise, but just done earnestly. Like, yo, you are the son of the king of the universe, but accidentally he's destroyed the universe. You need to build it. How? Trash. Like, okay, all right, let's do this thing. It speaks of a time when games were less limited, were less focused on, corporate, third party, corporate structure, like being focus tested into oblivion to try and maximize input. It was just this cute idea with a simple physics engine and the joy of what you did. You know, the experience was simple, and you can layer complexity on top of that. But if the primary gameplay loop is just pushing a ball, but that pushing that ball is fun, then go for it. You know, that's nice. I'm happy for this is going back. Right, next.
Pre-orders begin later today on Nintendo eShop.
Oh, well, we'll talk about it another day, but never pre-order. Never pre-order. Unless you're an absolute die-hard fan, you're going to get a copy. There's never going to be a limited run.
Oh, please. Oh, that's not for another day. Just talking about the exploitation.
The dance floor is calling.
Okay.
Oh, I'm glad this is back. What you say?
My last school I was teaching at just before now, I was dancing my ass off every break time. I mean, the kids just do this game, all these contemporary dances.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny you mentioned that that song because yeah, Appetite is on it. Bangers! I'd say this is a fun series. I don't care who you are, whether you put it on at a party or you just having it fun at home. This is a banger of a series because it's so earnest. It's
Jimmy, then sorry to jump in there. When the Xbox Connect came out, right? You are the controller.
Yeah.
I never played a dance game on that thing, but it made sense to play it on it because you could check everything. But
I remember the Star Wars one. Yeah, playing. I'm Han Solo. I'm Han Solo. I'm Han Solo. Yeah, like I remember that. Yeah.
Oh my
but
God.
the Kinect was brilliant for the time, but
That's the thing. And I
nothing on it.
As time goes by, will people prefer the dance of the whole body and have that track or just the control? I'm really impressed at how when you play the game, but just with the remote, it still is a challenge because the trick with this whole thing is that, especially as it's when it's on socially, people like to dance for the people watching them around the room. Like let's say there's somebody watching you, and you want to feel that you're even if you're playing it alone, you want to feel that you're doing it right. And if the game can only pick up the one controller, that glove, you still find yourself putting your all into it, which is a very funny psychological trick going on because the Xbox requires you to be full body perfect, if you will, but here you just have that
Just
one
keep the beat.
and it's amazing how it just works. It's like almost like auto suggestion. It just gets you feeling that you have to put your into the
Oh,
dance.
I think they've got this down to a science. Their visuals pop out. The songs are contemporary, but they've also got some classics like check this out. Africa, Houdini, and no, not Madonna. Hey now, you're an all-star, get your game on, let's play. Hey now, you're a rock star, get the show on, get paid. I'm gonna say, this was the first song I sang at like a karaoke event, but for an audience. When I was a kid, I went to like a trailer park kind of a resort, and yeah, I sang this in front of at the social club and in front of everyone because. And it's just a banger. It's just a great song. It's pure joy. So I might buy this game just for this song. Yeah. Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna dance to this. I got to. You know what I'm saying? Oh my gosh, people, we got 4 minutes and then we're gonna do part 2, but let's keep it.
Yeah, we're gonna get to this one and then we will do part 2. And stars, pretty good.
But the winning like there ain't no way to ever fail. Do my thing and I do that thing very well. Never slow, speed it up, cause I still got all the smoke coming in so.
So when you have these weird and wonderful, like sometimes I'm doing a dance and some character comes in all sorts of strange get up, and I feel very self-conscious. I'm like, oh man, but I'm like, oh whatever. This is
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned like just how joyful and how they've weaponized or codified how to get people to kind of engage and do the social aspect of the dance. Well, now they've got co-op, like just built in straight off the bat. Not just like other two people dancing, but it looks like battle. Like, yo, 1v1. That looks fun. That looks fun. Right, we're just going to pause here. We'll be back with part 2. We're going to continue watching, work our way through these trailers and see what else the showcase has for us.
People see this in a moment. Peace.
Yeah. Tell you what, in the comments below, tell us what you think. Do you prefer a simple game with a great solid gameplay loop, like Katamari Katamari game, a game where you do the thing and you do the thing well, and then everything else is just dressing to enhance that one action? Or do you prefer something more party to pick up a play? I mean, arguably Just Dance is the same. The premise is dance and everything else is just dressing to do around that. Or do you prefer like much more fleshed out worlds like we saw with Monster Hunter Stories? There's a war going on over resources, there's an encroaching disaster, and you've got to do so many different things in the world. It's so much more engaging. There's layers and layers and gameplay systems all piled on. Single play gameplay loop, or like a whole mess of different things, but nothing's ever like the core loop.
I don't know.
What do you think?
People in the comments, please leave a comment. I'd like to know, actually. I'm curious myself.
All right. With that, we'll be back with part 2.
Peace.